Hey everybody, this is Mike at Absorb Self-Reliance. Guess what I got today? I've got a video coming up. It's kind of a challenge video for another group of gentlemen and ladies that I've kind of ventured off into and checking out with, and it's called the Warrior Tribe. Check it out. I'll put a little hashtag thing down at the bottom, then maybe a link over there to it as well. But one of the challenges that they have on it were, a 5-day or a 5 ferrocerium rod challenge. We use a natural tinder, which I'm going to do that one as well. It's one that's right up my alley, and it's a fairly easy one for me to obtain. But the other one was to do something that would make you more self-reliant, preparing for something later on. And what we're going to do today is we're going to make another forge out of a drum, a 50-gallon, or it's actually a 40-something gallon drum. I've been wanting to do one of these here. Seen some of them being made before, and I thought, well, heck, why not do one? So what better place to do it? So why don't you guys stick around, check out the Warrior Tribe, let them know that Hawken Wolf sent you. That'll help me out later on down the road. But the biggest thing is just check out this video here, and it'll help you maybe one day, because this is one thing that you would like to have just in case you're going to be without for a little while, and knowing how to do that. Because when you don't have a welder, you don't have sanders, and you don't have grinders, you can make fire. So stick around. Now, for anybody that's wondering, there's the dog. He normally upstages me in every video that I do out here in this part of the yard. It's his way of letting everybody know that he's famous. Okay, to get started with this project, what we're going to need is a drum. This one right here is what they call, I think it's 44-gallon drum. I'm sorry, this one's a 55-gallon. I had the other one, it was a 44. It was a little bit smaller, but I'm going to go with the black one right here. It's not a hard process to do this. You're just cutting it off. Make sure that if it's a flammable liquid that you've done as much as possible. On this particular one that was in, it's been flushed out. They flushed it before I got it for me, and I also filled it up with water out here and let it sit. It's a good chance that it can ignite. Most likely it's not going to, but you take that on risk for yourself. What I've done was I just scotched this here just to give me a little bit of brace. We put it under there. I'm going to be cutting it off right in this crease right here. I'm going to try to stay just eyeball distance right on the outside of it. We're going to use this later. We just need to cut this for now. I'm using a cut-off wheel, pair of gloves, and oh yeah, the goggles. Have it open. This is now your base. We're not doing anything spectacular here. We're eyeballing this. This does not have to be perfect. Go to the other side, drop it down. Now you see how that goes over to the top to make an oven. I've actually got a pipe right here that you can actually thread in if you wish to, but I'm going to cut it out and go with a flange over the top of it to run it up and out. But we're going to dress up these things here a little bit later. Right now we just need to get our brake drum, not brake rotor. There's a difference. We're going to get that put in right there. Brake drum, brake rotor. See the pot? Huge difference. This one, comparison. This one, comparison. You got this much more space all the way around it. Get yourself a brake drum. If you all you can get a hold of is a rotor, it works. I used one of these here for about a year and a half, and then decided I needed to do a little bigger stuff, so I went with this. She's been a good one, but I need that drum. Determine where you're going to make your front. That's what you want to do. Don't put it dead in the center. Slide it back. Just offset. Put it back a little bit. What this will allow is for when we put your hood on, your pot and heat stays in here. It's not. It also allows for a good draft and draw. So you can basically line it to where it's about right in there. It ain't rocket science. When you mark this, you're going to want it semi-tight, and you're going to make noise, and the neighbors are going to be mad. Tell them to deal with it. This just might be something they need one day. I'm just tracing around the outside edge. I'm hoping that I can still see it. Black on black. That's actually red on black. But it's enough for me to get to where I need to be. This component, let's go ahead and get it out of the way. Galvanized, 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 galvanized. Big no-no. 5 years ago when I did this thing here, that's, I mean, I've went through 2 forges with this. This was chunked off into a fire by a buddy of mine. We let it burn for about a day. Smolder, whatever. Basically doesn't get up hot. It has been burned. I would recommend burning it if you're going to use galvanized. It's what I had laying around. It's what I used. Buy a black pipe. Get it out of your system. Go and make your comments. Just get it out of the system. So if you watch the whole video, you know she's been burned. If you go ahead and make the comment, you didn't watch the whole video, touche. We brought this inside because there's no way in heck I can keep laying down out there, and I ain't even sure I'm going to be able to do this by myself because this is a little different tubing than what I'm used to. next step that we're going to have to do is we've got to put an extender so that we can blow air and induct it up into it to get more oxygen to fuel the heat and fire and stuff. Basically, you're just going to have to figure out where you're going to make your next little door hole, so to speak. And this one is right here. Hey, buddy.
You making a video?
Yeah.
Okay.
What you doing?
We're just poking around with the mark.
Right here is where it's at, which will give me a good point. So I just need to cut right into here. And there's the pipe. What I'll do is I don't go into it. I got another flange system that basically is that conduit that I put up around that right there, and it'll come out, and then I'm going to mount my motor up to the top. We're not going to see that today, showing you how to build the forge, this part of it. Part 2 will be adding on a blower system. Okay guys, so you can see we've completed this. We have here, what I'm going to do is I'll put this is just how to make the forge to this point here. Will be a part 2. Putting this part here on it. Going ahead and installing my blower system for it. I want this thing to be able to be used primitive, so to speak, old. I want to be able to use a foot bellow or a foot bellow as well. Also want to make sure that I've got the right exhaust for this to come out. I may come back, I'm not sure, we'll see how it does for draw. If it draws good, then we'll leave it. If not, then we'll come back right here and put a piece of flat metal into right here to where anything that gets caught, it's got to draw back out, and we'll run it back to right here. Hopefully it'll draw good. I don't see why it wouldn't. But there it is, just one 55-gallon drum. Well guys, there you have it. Brake drum forge made with a steel 55-gallon drum. You can raise that up, make it a little bit taller. I have a camper on my truck. I wanted it to be my height. I'm kind of short. If you need to get that thing up a little bit because you don't want your work area too low and you just want to pull and go straight over whenever you're beating and banging with your anvil and stuff, you can do that. It's all one piece of the drum. Cut it off. You've seen how we done it. Brake drum is the key. Try to find a brake drum. If you can only get a brake rotor, then if that's what you have to use, that's what you have to use, and it will work. Just gives you a smaller pot to work with. The next video series that comes up in this right here will basically be putting on the chimney so that we can run it out. I'm not sure exactly which way I want to go with that, but we're going to do it, and we'll install. I want to go with a foot bellow if at all possible, so that I can use this, because I plan on taking this eventually to a secluded area that I've kind of gotten accustomed to where I can do stuff while I'm out there in the woods. And this is not going to be for the house here. In the house I have another one that I'm working on that's a little more modern. So I appreciate each and every view that you guys give me. Remember, check out the Warrior Tribe if you're interested in something like that. It's something that'll motivate you and help prepare you for a lot of things. So check them out. Put a link down below on it, and let's get out of here and edit this video up.